inside my butterfly guard. Punch your shoulder squish. So just as a basic thing is, anytime I want to see a butterfly guard, follow the controls. There's, I think, to stop squish from standing, and one of the ways to pass the guard is to stand to pass the butterfly guard, because I have the contact on the inside, right? So, hands on knees from here, step backwards, stand up, hands go underneath my calves, lift my legs up, and we're in this really nice pass. So that would be ideally how we're going to start to pass the seated butterfly guard, or one of the major ways. So for me, I want to get a contact point on the head, and what I find is that I want to cup more like it's over and less like that. What I find is this one's quite easy for Ish to move her head around and to get rid of it. So I want to cup. So it's a really different mechanic. So I'm kind of like almost trying to get right around to my fingers in that little point here. Number two is this. If I pull squish on top of me, she's going to flag me out and pass the guard. So I like to come off the side a little bit and keep the tension. Hand goes under, elbow flares. And the part of this one is like I'm giving the squish a back fist. It's the hands go this way. And what I'm doing is the first part is to stop squish from overhooking and trying to mirror lock me in or those, I flare my elbows. This brings the weight forward and also allows me to get the shoulder crunch. There's a space between her shoulder and my chest. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, instead of pulling her forward, I'm trying to crunch her shoulder down into that, which makes this a lot tough. Where if I pull forward once again, there's no tension on the shoulder, you can start to pass the guard. So I'm under, so like a back fist on that hand, so my hands are this way. Flare my elbows, take her shoulder down and towards my right shoulder, pull forward, lift my leg, and start my sweep. So it's a pretty easy mechanic for me. What I see people do is, it's not wrong or right, but they start to crunch your shoulder center line, and it's quite hard to work out which way I want to sweep, left or right. So I'm just going to bring it over to my right shoulder if I'm sweeping to my right. Okay, so the cub, so club right on top of the head, underneath, flare elbow, palms together, flare elbows, pull it down into my right shoulder. Make sure she can't post, so rock it down a little bit so it's harder for her to post as well. So now my elbow comes into a chin, so I'm kind of lifting like a little bit of chin music. Forward to my right side, lift my leg. And I don't have to, if I come up on top, I can go into the half guard. So sometimes it's better off just to roll to the side control and get your sweep points instead. How'd that feel? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Again, so seated butterfly. Once again, have the cup mechanic from here. I come underneath, I grip, flare, and here. So what Squish is going to do from here is, as I'm flaring the shoulder, Squish's right hand, she's trying to extend her right hand and push my knee. Now, we're not pushing the knee, we're kind of pushing the knee up towards me here. So this is kind of a pretty cool way to start to pass the guard. Right, mainly because I've locked onto the shoulder, so all my weight's on one side. So if you push the knee out, you're going to kind of counterbalance me. But you push the knee away, I kind of lose the mechanic. And because the weight's on the shoulder, you kind of get a nice cruise little guard pass. So I come underneath, I lock it up. So what you're doing is, as I flare, you're going to start to push, and that's going to clear, and you're going to get a nice cruise past the side control. I'm spinning around 180. So from here, right, just for the game, if you're on my elbow or just below or just above, right, we're now going to drop our left shoulder to the ground, and that will kind of put on like a mirror lock, like a shoulder lock on me. To stop me from rolling, your hand goes to my closest knee and pushes my closest knee away. So you kind of get like a shoulder lock from here. What you're going to find is they're generally going to grip up to stop the shoulder lock. This is your perfect opportunity to upgrade to knee ride or to mount. So from here, and now because my arm's over, you can get a far better, because I'm concentrating more on defending my arm, so you're going to get a nice easy upgrade from here. So it's a pretty cool way to defend it. So we'll go from this side. So the shoulder lock, once again, is head control, come under, and once you feel like I've kind of got the bite from here, your right hand pushes my knee up and you pass, and you pretty much just drop down. So that's a shoulder lock. Because my hand's here already, I'm going to defend the Kimura or the mirror lock. So you just turn my knees away. That means that I can't catch you in half guard or whatever, and you've got a really nice soft landing spot in the exposed area to throw your knee in super hard and to upgrade. Once you hit, you can take the arm. If you want to, you can take the upgrade. It's up to you, but you're in a really good position to counter attack. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That comes on really fast as well, guys, so just be very careful with that shoulder lock, but like that lock comes on, so if you drop it down, it's going to come on really fast, right, specifically if you've got sore shoulders or tight shoulders. Okay. I've squish onto the seated butterfly guard again, my bad, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So what I'm going to do is come underneath from here, cup, flare, squish, kills my leg, passes the guard, and go to the position. So I'm going to take it out a bit. So once we're here, my job is, I've got the mechanic. First things first is I'm trying to drive this hand in deep, so I'm just trying to actually drive squish onto me even more, right? But the concept is my elbow is going to be underneath my partner, so I want to keep my elbow like close to their stomach. To hold them in position, I shoot my hand up and I've got to be turning towards my partner. This is the part that I see people make a mistake. So now what they try and do is they try and throw their partner over their stomach. But the issue is that squish can take them out position really easy. So the way that we teach it is that I want to move my hips as far away from squish as possible, but I want to keep my chest turning towards her. So I don't want to put my back on the ground. So I'm just kind of going to go like a couple of reverse hip escapes to this position. Once we're here, you're going to find that I can use this mechanic to start to hold the lat, and I'll just start turning. What this will do, this will take my partner over. So I'm not really bridging, it's more that I'm just rolling underneath and I'm keeping the armpit. And let's have a look at that again. So I've found when I teach this, if I can do it slowly like that, just the first couple of times to get the mechanics right, and that way you're not allowed to use your strength and bridge because you're going slow, you're going to find that this will come on faster. There is a small period of time where Squishy's shoulder is through my face. That's kind of the small sacrifice that you have to make to get the sweep. It's not the end of the world, it's just a little bit of pressure. Okay, so once again, so underneath, rip, Squish kills it, boom. So my hand comes over the top, but I'm keeping, this is like I want to try and turn Squishy's shoulder down. So it's almost like I put my chin on my hand and I'm here. To stop Squish from upgrading to knee ride or to mount, I'm going to start to move my hips away, but I'm still facing her. I can't have my back on the ground yet. Okay, so I'm kind of like going, I move away, and she might try and follow me, that's okay. But what I'm doing now is my elbow starts to raise as I walk, and as the elbow raises, that's what kind of creates the ability for my partner to roll over. How's that feel? Okay, Lewis, I'll go with Lewis. Yeah.
As you're saying, they might follow you.
Yeah.
If they stay tight to you, will it still?
Yeah. So that would be one of the counters to the move. I'll cover that in a second as well about like what if they kind of go, hey, I've seen this before and they start to follow you. We're just going to actually sweep them back the opposite way.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do the first one. Sorry, where's my toes are up your shorts? Awkward. From here. So Lewis goes, I don't want your toes in my shorts, get rid of it. Okay. Got to grip straight away. So as far as following me, to help stop it, what I see people do is they don't raise the elbow. So the elbow that's under. So what I'm doing is from here is, as I turn, I raise my elbow. So it's really hard for you to follow me once that elbow comes up. And to be honest, the more that you chase me, the easier it is to roll you over because you're kind of giving me the momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say that I don't get my elbow in position and Lewis kind of drops it. It might not even be up nice and high, it might be flat. Right, so possibly like a worst case scenario for me and a best case scenario for Lewis. So I come underneath, I get my grips, boom, and just goes, no, and goes dead flat. So I'm kind of like, okay, I'm in the position from here, and Lewis, every time I move, goes, nope, and just follows me. So I'm like, yeah, man, really tight. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to go back to the shoulder crunch system. My hand comes back in, shoulder crunch, and I rescue my guard, and then I go back to my first sweep. So I've got this mechanic to be able, as long as I can keep that, as long as I've got that shoulder, what my hand's doing is either going lifting or holding, and that's the whole mechanic on it. So it will give me the ability to get my leg back under and sweep it. Okay guys, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Yeah, always ask questions guys, because you know like in jiu-jitsu we've learned about how to cover. Okay, So same deal again is I rock it out, come under, come over, and I'm here. And this time what happens is my partner rocks out to his right side because he feels me trying, so he comes out to, I'm trying to pull him over, okay? So my hand lassos over and I cut my hands together. Now the part that makes this work is if I sit back and do my guillotine, there's a lot of space to hand fire and to pop the head. Yeah, right? So what I'm doing from here is I rock a bye baby, so I rock, and now what I'm doing is I just put my hand across the top. So it's a super high guillotine. And the beautiful thing about it is like so I've got the guillotine, I'm going to entry again, is once I rock it out, I kind of got like my palm goes, rocks it over and forms a fist. So Tyrone can do the thing where he uses his right hand to pass the guard and passes the guard. And it's still going to come off. So this is one of the rare guillotines that even if you get to side control, I'm still going to choke you with it. Even if you get to the correct side on the side control, I'm still have the ability to finish you with it. So this is one of those ones where everyone, you know, like when they're doing, jump to side, jump to side, they're still tapping. And then later on he showed, okay, no, like, because I'm doing this. So because the lasso, I can close the lasso up whenever I want to. It doesn't matter what side versus this side here. When you jump to here, there's a huge gap to get out of it. Okay. So the entrance is really exactly the same. So I cut the head, I flare, and as I'm trying to pull my partner over to my right side, Tyrone hangs out to his right side, so I'm flaring. Sit forward, number one, so there's no space. Hands go through and hands go through. So my right hand is pulling my left hand up. And I know that it's pretty much on now, I'm not going to do harder. And then all I do is open and shoot it through, so I'm across the back of the neck. To finish the choke off, I don't lean backwards, I actually lean forwards to finish the choke. But so if I lean backwards, there's more chance to pop the head and all that. So what I'm doing is I kind of use my legs and just escape and put my weight onto the back of the neck. How does that feel? Okay, squish, I'll just choke you a little bit. Same deal again, cut the head under, flare and flare from here. So I wrap the neck up, and the biggest thing for me is that I'm rockabye, so my right hand and I rockabye, so it comes underneath. So it's quite an awkward mechanic as it is, and I just push through the back. Once it gets I kick my legs back a little bit, just bung their back, and I lean forward. So no matter which way squish kind of goes, as long as my chin's on the back, the guillotine's gonna come on. And of course the locking mechanics on the back side of the neck is quite hard to get rid of versus, you know, the standard guillotine where you can hand fight in front as well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go guys. Just do this really light because it comes on super fast.